Hello, welcome to Luna Midnight Designs. Today I will be customizing this Iris Clops from Monster High. I removed her factory paint with 100% acetone and hair before starting this project. Let's start with the hair. Before starting the reroot, I paint the head with the color of the hair. For the reroot, I plug hair around the outline of the head. For the hair, I used curly two-tone Razzle Dazzle from the Doll Planet. The hair I used was very curly and thick, so the hairstyle I was going for didn't need the head to be fully rerooted. Once done with the reroot, I pour glue into the neck hole and make sure it reaches all the hair. After the glue is dry, I pin the fabric around the head, preparing for the face-up. Before starting the face-up, I spray the face with Mr. Super Clear. I start the face-up with blushing around the eyes, nose, lips, and cheek. I use white color pencils to create the eye shape as well as fill in the whites of the eyes. After a few layers of sealant and blush, I move on to color pencils. I add more colors to the upper and lower eyeshadows. I do also add some freckles on the cheeks. I then moved on to the eye, which I used my color pencils to create a rainbow within the iris. After sealing in the face again, I use acrylic paint to build up the pigment in the eyes. Sorry, this part is a little blurry and my hair decides to make an appearance. Next, I add the eye shines. After the eye is done, I use the same paint for the eyelashes, in the same order as the eye color. Once the face-up is complete, I apply gloss to the eyes and lips. Next, the outfit. I started by creating the pattern for the jacket. For the jacket, I took inspiration from an LOL doll, Sunshine. I loved the crop, fluffy design. Once the pattern is cut out, I sew the sleeves, finished sides in. I decided to add a ribbon trim to the sleeves and the bottom of the bodice piece. I finally sew the sleeves and bodice pieces together, finished sides in. For the pants, I am using Moonlight Jewel's Dungarees pattern from her sewing book. I started with sewing the pockets to the front pieces, good side of the pocket to the bad side of the pants. Then sew the front pieces together along the front finished sides in. Then sew the back pieces to the front pieces along the leg seam, finished sides in. Then fold the bottom cuffs in half and sew them to the bottom of the pants, finished sides in. For the chest part of the pants, I sew on the pocket and then hem the sides of the flap. Sew the pocket flap to the waistband, finish sides in. I ended up changing the darker blue for a lighter blue. The lighter blue fits better with the overall look. Next, sew the waistband to the pants, then sew the pants together along the back, only halfway to the top, leaving space for the closure later. Finally, sew the leg seams, finish sides in, turn out, and add the straps and closure, and the pants are done. For the socks, the pattern is again from Moonlight Jewel. I cut out the pieces and add a top cuff piece. Sew the cuff and sock together at the top, finish sides in. Then sew the sock together. After the socks are done, I dye them pink using watercolor paint. For the accessories, I started with painting the shoes white with acrylic paint. I decided to make the colors opposite to the outfit, like there's a small amount of yellow in the outfit, so I made yellow the main color in the shoes. Hopefully that makes sense. I painted the shoes yellow, pink, blue, and purple. The last accessory is her camera. I painted that off camera because it is very small. For the camera, I just added accent colors of blue and purple. And here is the final doll, my Rainbow Cyclops named Gemini. I did forget to show and mention that I made a small tube top for her. This is an unofficial second part to my pastel punk boy who has a name now, Orion. I see these two as brother and sister. Both had a similar love for rainbows. One is just more pastel while the other is more vibrant. And both have an artistic passion, one for photography and the other for music. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to see more and subscribe to catch future videos. Have a creative day. See you soon. Bye!